Good afternoon. This is Friday, April 24th on a fine afternoon. And this is Verse Infinitum here with the latest news. I've came across a video that was uploaded by Economic News TV. Okay, and what happened is that they have uploaded quite an interesting video that was presented by Alex Jones. Okay, and the video is almost 11 minutes long, 10 minutes and 55 seconds to be exact. But however, the part of the video that ranges starting from 6 minutes into the video on to the very end, 10:55, a Russian geologist by the name of Konstantin Zivkov, okay, he was responding to the numerous threats that was received from NATO and General Scales about killing Russians and sending them home in body bags. Konstantin Zivkov said that we could launch nuclear missiles into Yellowstone National Park. Now, your first reaction would be like, why would you take out a natural park? What's the deal with that? Okay, usually when they attack military bases or even cities, well, this goes to show you how intelligent these Russians are, and I can tell you why. Because Yellowstone National Park is host of one of the largest supervolcanoes in the world, possibly. Okay, and what happens is that researchers and geologists, okay, they discovered that the magma underneath Yellowstone is twice as large, or 2.5 times as large, I should say, than previously expected. So it's colossal. It ranges from roughly 160 miles long to maybe up to 100 miles wide and several miles deep. And there's enough magma where it could blanket at least half of the continental United States with 4 to 8 feet of volcanic ash. So this is something that's very serious. This is something that's something to be taken very seriously, because Konstantin Zivkov also said that they could launch nuclear missiles on the San Andreas fault line, just west of California, Oregon, and Washington coast, and which would bring in mega tsunamis, okay, that could reach the height of a 40-story building across into through the shores and into the towns and the cities that are located near the coast, and go inward of 50 to 100 miles into the west coast. However, there's a third way that could send out a similar amount of destruction on the East Coast, but I am not going to tell anybody what could be done in order for that to happen. I'm going to keep that to myself. But it's uploaded by Economic News TV, and the title of this video is called "The World is Heading into Nuclear War by the Elite." I highly suggest that you watch this video and listen to what they have to say. I highly suggest you listen to this video from 6 minutes into the video on to the very end, which is 10 minutes and 55 seconds. The only part that Alex Jones has kind of made a mistake on is the fact that the eruption in Siberia, okay, that happened 250 million years ago, that's not really a supervolcanic eruption. That is called a basalt flats eruption, and some others may even call it a plume eruption. That happened during the time of the end of the Permian period and the beginning of the Triassic period, and then that which gave rise to the dinosaurs. That lasted roughly 160 million years or so. But a supervolcano is vicious. A supervolcano, like such as the Bruno Jarbas caldera that we have in Yellowstone National Park, is 1,000 times more powerful and destructive than Mount St. Helens back in the early 80s. So we all remember what happened when Mount St. Helens erupted, and it was a catastrophe. But you need 1,000 of those combined to be equivalent of what a supervolcano could do. And mind you, scientists and geologists, they've recently discovered that it was 2.5 times larger than previously expected. So you're talking about perhaps maybe 2,500 times more powerful than Mount St. Helens. So this is something to keep in mind, okay? NATO wants to push war into eastern Ukraine, and Russians have lived there for like 300-400 years, okay? And the thing is that Russia is not going to back down on this. And I'm telling you right now, I'm warning NATO, I'm warning the West, I'm warning the military that Russia is not going to back down on this. And what's going to happen is that we all remember when Napoleon tried to attack Russia. Look at the end result. He was sent home with a black eye, okay, essentially. Look what happened with Hitler when he tried to invade Russia. Russian winter came, all right, and his troops all died, and he ended up getting killed in his own bunker in his own capital, which ended the World War II. So, well, with the exception of the bombing of Japan, okay, because Japan was defeated like 2-3 months later, okay, but the fact remains that we had two major world dictators who Michel de Nostradamus has called them the Antichrists. First was Napoleon, then it was Hitler, and then there's supposed to be a third one. And, well, these two so-called Antichrists were defeated by the same rival, Russia. And here we are thinking we could be any different, and yet we're not. We're not going to be any different. And the results could be devastating. If Konstantin Sivkov actually made that assertive threat that we will attack Yellowstone National Park and send in a missile that could penetrate the ground surface, penetrate miles underneath, and detonate, which would provoke the supervolcano eruption, he's not kidding. Because like I knew about Yellowstone National Park for at least a decade. I know that a nuclear detonation underneath there could trigger an eruption, because we're actually overdue for a natural volcanic eruption from Yellowstone. So with a nuclear missile, a nuclear warhead being inserted deep underground and then detonated near the bottom of the magma would definitely cause an imminent volcanic eruption of proportions that we have not even seen before in our lifetime. We not even seen before in our recorded history. So please take this into consideration. Check out this video that I recently uploaded on Facebook. Check out the same video I recently uploaded on Google+, and watch from 6 minutes on to 10:55, and you will understand exactly the true level of danger, or even threat of extinction that we would face if this attack ever happened. Okay, and like I mentioned before, there's another place where they could detonate a nuclear warhead. Okay, but I'm not going to mention where that's at. I'm not giving anybody any ideas, and the level of destruction would be compatible to that of attacking the San Andreas Fault and sending mega tsunamis through the West Coast. Okay, so for all the people out there, this is Verse Infinitum. Please get a hold of this video. Please view this video and share it with others. Okay, make it viral, because I believe that this is serious, to the point that we need to address this before we end up plunging ourselves into imminent extinction. We only have one chance at this, and if we fail this, we don't get another chance. That's it. That's the end of America, and that's the end of human civilization. Thank you for watching this video, and I plan to upload some more of myself and many more that I find on YouTube. And I wish everyone a good weekend. Thank you very much. Take care.